It's a bit stressful to have information in a written form, which is so difficult to go by. So I realized most of us are not reading the guidelines. So I decided to compile all the guidelines and make it easy for you. It's because it feels like it's so stressful when you are going through the guidelines.
As we grow, I won't slow.
YouTube guidelines are essential for maintaining safe, good environment in YouTube. We have YouTube guidelines and policies, but it's one of the difficult things we go through most often to know what YouTube actually wants us to do and want us to do. But this is what is so difficult for we the YouTubers to do. Some do it, but it's so difficult to go through. So I decided to come and read to my audience to understand the YouTube policies, so that in case you are going against YouTube, at least you remember YouTube guidelines govern what content is acceptable. So I have some key points to consider. If you are now on YouTube, you just open the account, you have to go to YouTube policies and guidelines, creating our content, but we don't actually know what YouTube wants, and people will mislead you and you might not know what to do. This is from the mouth of YouTube, so I'm going to read to you so that you will be relaxed. Anything you are doing, you consider the guideline, and if it's not good, you stop. It might be long, so I'll try to separate it to do the first part today. So I'll go through with you on my phone. YouTube policies and guidelines. I can't just bring something from my head. I need to read it to the audience so that you get to know about the guidelines. Okay, this includes 8 key points. It has a key point, and this is what the key points include. And the first one I would like to talk about is community guidelines. So it's here. I will just go through with you how YouTube wants us to follow community guidelines. It says YouTube community guidelines outline what type of content you are allowed on the platform, okay, and help create a safe experience for users. Key aspects include, this is what it includes. So we have a big space on YouTube, okay. You can do whatever thing you want, but you can never go against what YouTube doesn't like. This is what they don't like you doing. That is nudity and sexual content. Let me read so that you get to know. Explicit content and pornography are prohibited. You cannot do pornographic thing on YouTube. This is prohibited, okay. Limited exceptions as if for education. It means unless you are bringing it out for educational purpose, maybe documentary, somebody has gone to sleep with this person, you bring it as a documentary to tell people what truly went on, and do it. But you cannot just bring pornographic for people to watch, okay, or scientific content if handled appropriately. So in all this, you have to handle it appropriately. You can't just bring anything anyhow, like what you want, okay. So nudity and sexual content is prohibited. Okay, so the next point is hate speech and harassment. If you come to harass someone or hate speech, YouTube doesn't like that, and it's against the guidelines. So please, let's be careful of how we talk to people, because they can report you, and they can send message to YouTube to let them know this person did this to me, did that to me, and it's going to go against you. Let's read what it says. Content that promotes violence or hatred against individuals or group based on race, ethnicity, religion, disability, gender, age, nationality, or other protected attributes is not allowed, okay. So you will be fighting about race, this is white, this is black, this has this ethnicity, religion, this is not a Christian, this is a Muslim. No, it is not allowed on YouTube. So you need to be careful when you are doing certain, otherwise you will get your channel deleted. YouTube guidelines doesn't go with that. So the next, violent and graphic content, okay. You cannot promote violence on YouTube. It's against the YouTube guidelines. So let me read what they say. They said extreme violence, injury, or shock content is restricted, especially if it's intended to be sensational or promote violence. If your content is to promote violence or sensational to people, this is out of YouTube, and you cannot do this. It's against YouTube guidelines. So we need to be careful the type of content we are bringing up, okay. So this is restricted on YouTube, so we have to be very, very careful if you are bringing such content, okay. And the next one is harmful or dangerous acts, content that promotes activity that could result in serious harm. you know this could result in serious harm, then you bring it on board like pranking and other stuff. Then you bring it on board and people will die, kids will be crying and other stuff. It's against YouTube guidelines, so we need to be careful about that. Okay, the content that promotes activity that could result in serious harm, such as dangerous pranks or challenges, is not allowed. So YouTube is saying this is not allowed in YouTube, so we should be careful the kind of content we bring on board. The next one is misinformation. YouTube remove content that can mislead or harm users. If your content can mislead people, what you are saying is not true, you are misleading people, definitely YouTube is going to remove the content, okay, because they don't like you to mislead people and also harm people as well. So all these come under community guidelines as in one. Bringing in the first phase, then we go through this next phase. The next phase will be about copyright. In fact, copyright, there are a lot to talk about it. Yes, there are a lot to talk about copyright, so I would like you to all be around when I bring the copyright too, so that by the end I'm done with everything, you will know what YouTube guidelines and policies is all about. So the copyright involves fair use and limited exception, which is very important, commentary and criticism. It also involves content ID system, database, machine, copyright strike and consequences. What even brings the copyright, okay, and how many copyright do you have to get within the period of time, okay, a whole lot about copyright. So I'll bring copyright separate. After that, we go to the next level. We have to use this platform, okay, to go through all the policies and guidelines so that you don't go against YouTube, and I'm here to bring it to you to make it simple for you. So guys, I hope this information is going to help, and until we meet again to go to our next phase, bye for now.